Friday morning, almost 11 o'clock. We should be picking corn right now. I want his life. There sits the combine with the head on. I don't know if you can see off in the distance, the two trucks are backed up the driveway there. She just put the cart back under because we are waiting for the dealership. Yes, I'd rather be you, dog. We are waiting for the dealership to show up because Mother Deere's wonderful bullshit software updates has got everything completely effed up in that thing. Says I need to recalibrate the head and the feeder house and all that. The only problem is it won't do it. And he was trying to figure it out over the phone, and it just, we've spent, what have we spent? The last 45 minutes at least sitting there. She's chilling in the chair now. So I also told him when they get done coming out and doing this, and I get charged however many hundreds of dollars this will cost, to make sure to give me a phone number to some fucking asshole at Mother Deere that I can call and tell them they're gonna pay for this and not me, because these software updates are bullshit. If it hadn't been for the letter they sent me where they said it was 2, but yet the dealership told me 5, and the number 1 update they said in the letter they sent me was ECU unit. I never would have done it if it wasn't for the fact that we spent $2,500 this year putting a new ECU on the 8235. So I thought, okay, yep, if I had known that, I never would have done it. So hopefully sometime today we actually get some harvest footage. Well, as you can see, we are running. There's the wife and the tractor and the grain cart. About 2 o'clock, but we finally are running. And no, we are not doing dumping on the go yet, at least. So all I've done is open up the field. I went my 24 rows around, and this is my first pass up through since then. And I know, don't yell at me. So far the average moisture is 20%, 212 bushel the acre. And this was that field that I told you when I did the hand yield sample was 240 or 230, I don't know, go back and look. But so to be 212 around the outside, yeah, pretty damn good corn. I'll take it. So here's what I get to look at all day. Mesmerizing. But I gotta admit I love it. And I don't know how well you can see, but I love that yield monitor right now too. Between 20 and 21%. Going down through here, the corn's been between 240 and 260. 266. Whoa, hit 280 there. 277. This freaking corn is phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. And for us in the Northeast to be 20% the first day of October, that's pretty damn phenomenal too. There's quite a few trucks on this 12-acre field. So anyways, by now I would have hoped to have had the dryer set up. You don't need to look at my ugly ass. So we're probably just gonna fill 4 trucks worth and go over and start dumping so I can get the dryer tuned in and all that, because that's pretty much what day 1 usually is getting all the bullshit done. Those 2 trucks are full now. So that's probably what we'll do, is then tomorrow's another day. I really don't want to be messing with getting the dryer tuned in the dark and whatnot, so I'll show you some of that when we get over there. Look, buddy, come over to where we're dumping trucks like he normally does. You're looking better, buddy. You're doing better. That, and he likes to eat corn out of the hopper. Alright, dumping our first truck. That one's over there. The cart sitting in the field full. Dumping into the wet bin. And then I'm going to turn on the dryer and start filling that. Barb is up there, checking to make sure things are, the lever's in the right direction, because we got to pull one of the trucks underneath the pipe that goes out back to let it go into that until the moisture gets to where we want it, and then we start dumping it into the bins. So it's the process day one, but we're getting it. And our supervisor's helping like he normally does. That's good to see. All right, filling the dryer for the first time. I don't know if you can see it in the sunlight, the bees' wings floating around. I leave the fan, I turn the fan on when I'm filling it the first time, just because it blows some of that shit out. But we are filling for the first time. You get closer, you can hear it running down through them columns. So when that column gets full, then it'll go to that one, then that one, so on and so forth to the end. You can really hear it when you get in here. That beats solid. That doesn't, because it's not filling. The farther you get down here, you know, the corn hasn't got to yet. So obviously you farmers don't need to see any of this, but you non-farmers, that's pumping it up that auger and into the top of the dryer. Like I said, there's an auger up there. Takes it across, so every time a column is full, it goes to the next one. It just keeps going. So, cross my fingers, everything goes right with the dryer when we go to start it. Seeing we didn't have a great start with the combine. Software update, bullshit. Barb's about got that truck unloaded. And look, the supervisor's up moving around a little. You're looking good, buddy. Stay on the job. All right, so this is what I do. That pipe comes down. The corn on the computer is reading 20%. The wife's right here. She's mad because I made her go up the bin twice.
I'm not mad. I just hate always being right.
She was right. There's a flipper valve up there. So we have to, where the hell am I pointing? We have to flip it to make it go down that pipe. And then you got to flip it again to fill this bin, which we put beans in. Well, there's a little bit of corn scatter in the bottom of it now, because she was right and I was wrong. But anyways, that's, the computer's reading like 20.5%. So rather than batch dry the first load, I'm just running it up the leg, right straight out into this truck. When it gets down to about 16 and a half, we'll let it go straight into a bin, and we'll just dump that truck back into the wet bin. So that's what we're doing. Or we'd have to sit here and batch dry this first load for a while, and it's so many, I don't know, so many minutes per point and all of this horse shit. It's basically a pain in the ass is what it is. So that's why we're not doing it. We're doing it this way. It's the way we've always done it. Some people may say it's not the right way. I don't give a shit. 20.4 wet. As you can see, dry says 19.3. When that gets down, like I said, another 3 points, I'll flip it to the bin and we'll just start dumping in the bin. So, but it's, and that's why my rate is slow right now. Where am I pointing? Right there. That'll speed up because obviously right now it's saying slow down. The corn is too wet. And I'm not putting 19% corn in the bottom bin. 16 to 17, yes. Because the bottom of the bin will get all the air, or it'll get piss pounded with air. So it'll get the majority of air and it'll dry down. By the time it's gone next summer, it'll be 15%. So that's how we do it. No batch drying. I don't like doing that. It takes forever. Well, it doesn't take forever, but I'm not, well, yeah, you're either standing here waiting for it, looking at your watch, going, okay, it's been how many minutes now? That might be 1 point. As soon as this gets down, we move it to a bin, we're back harvesting. So, but at least I know my dryer is pretty much on as far as the wet moisture right now. And the dry moisture, I'm not going to worry about trying to calibrate that in until it gets down to where I want it. And then I'll do a calibration on both wet and dry, even though I know the wet is pretty damn spot on, seeing the combine's reading 20.5 right at the moment. Alright, I've showed you this before, but it's 2-minute samples that I can do. I can push this. Well, let me just show you right now. Moisture going in shows 20.4. Moisture coming out shows 15.1. My average on this tester was 15.1. Just shy of 55 pounds, 54.5. My average on this tester over here was 14.9. The average on the computer says 15.1. You know what? I'm done, because if that one says 15.1, that one says 14.9, that one says 15.1, we're right around 15. It's good enough. It's going to steep a little in the bin, because I won't turn the fans on tonight because of the heavy, dew, moisture in the air. So, but what this is, I just spent the last half hour, 45 minutes running back and forth to the dryer, taking wet samples and then dry samples. If I push this, push it again, it says 2-minute samples. If I was to push this, it would give me 15 seconds to run out there. But I'm not doing it, because I just did it. So, and right now with what's going in the dryer, it says 20.3. What's coming out says 15. Target's 15.7 because at the temperature that it's running, that's the whole steep part in the bin. It'll steep some. And tomorrow when it's nice, supposed to be 75 tomorrow and sunny, we'll turn the air, oh, better shut this off before I run the battery dead. We'll turn the air on to the bin, but as you can tell, I got a full pail there from samples that I did, so I'll go dump that into the wet bin auger now. But, so that's your first day of harvest. It's, what is it, 7:30 at night. We're dialed in, got the dryer dialed in, combine's dialed in. That's the way the first day goes, other than the, I don't know, 2.5 hours of bullshit earlier having to, and I don't blame that on my dealer, I blame that on John Deere, good old Mother Deere. They should just tell the dealerships to come out, hook the computer up, push the damn software and be done with it, instead of this out of the cloud bullshit JD Link stuff that doesn't work worth balls in my opinion. But so if the corn's going in the bin around 15%, I'm good. I like it. So we are finishing up dumping trucks and we're probably going to call it a day. Tomorrow we'll be back at it. So there'll be plenty more harvest videos to come, because today was just day one. So go check out the Grumpy Farmer apparel, get yourself a hat, t-shirt, whatever, you know, in the description of the video. Obviously no drone, no nothing like that today, just no, day one is too hectic. So, but we'll see you in the next one.